appreciate you being here. I'm certainly happy to get a win. Just told our team, I certainly didn't play our best. And, I don't know. It was an odd game. The way we started the game, we give them like an 8-minute drive. We jump off sides. It felt like 10 times. I know it wasn't 10 times. It was at least twice, maybe throwing a clap. That we practiced the clap. Somebody asked me, about after the bye. I said, well, I don't think the bye kept us from jumping off sides on a clap. So just, we get a stop, and then what do? First play, we get it batted, and they pick it off. Get another stop, and then I thought we kind of seized control of the game. And I think from my right, it's, I'm really pleased how we came out. When you're playing a team that's going to run trick plays, every kickoff you're worried about an onside kick. It's just it creates challenges. I thought we handled that part really pretty good. Even defensively, we let them hit us with one reverse pass or whatever. And then maybe it's 28-0. We missed the wide open touchdown. The next play, we turned an end loose, just flat out turned the guy loose. And the third play, we drop a mesh, and punt it to them, and then let them drive the length of the field. Give credit to their quarterback. He made some throws I hadn't seen him make, and we just always seem to be a step short of getting home, which is a little tough against what you're defending. Again, you're going to defend the option part, or you're going to defend that part of it. So a lot of stuff to learn from. This will be good for us. Again, it's said all the time, it's hard to win games, and again, give them credit. They did some good stuff. But we got a number of things we got to clean up, and happy to be where we are, and certainly got a challenging road ahead. But with that, any questions?
Coach, it seems like sometimes coming off of a bye, and I know you just said it caused you to jump off sides, but there does seem to be either one way or the other. There's nothing, and I guess there's a little bit of middle ground because you won the game and you were up 28-0 at one point, won 28-14, but. The bye, the homecoming, the huge crowd, is any of that just come together for kind of a? Well,
I think that can be a good excuse, right. But I get where you're coming from. I do see that. I've played well after byes. I've played poorly after byes. I actually thought our prep was not bad. I just thought it's kind of how we started the game, and then penalties. I think we got 9 penalties for 63 yards. A bunch, and we finally get them to kick it off. We get a hold in on the kickoff return, that backs us even more. It just, man, how many ways can you shoot yourself in the foot? We get back-to-back pass interferences, which we'll see. I thought those were kind of interesting calls. But, like I said, just kind of not game. I look at them, they're 3 for 13 on third down, and they rushed for 39 yards. And it's just kind of the way we play. And I think really for us it's, we talk all the time, whether it's the weight room or here. We have a standard that we play to and uphold to, and we weren't quite at that standard today. We really weren't close to that standard. And, it was I only not for lack of effort. Proud of our effort, and we go get a stop at the end of the game, and then they got 3 timeouts. We had to make some first downs to finish it. So again, we'll learn a bunch from this game.
Coach, as I look at the stat sheet here, I think Dom had 18 carries today, and Jaquan and Mayan had 14. Well, both of the guys that I just mentioned went out with injuries. Is that a concern for you, and what is the status?
I don't know. I really don't know the status. Yeah, I'm concerned anytime you lose players. We already had 2 guys out. And Dom, was Dom totally 100%? I don't know. He was a little bit limited in practice. Thought he ran well. Yeah, we got Wayne Anderson, who's been that, so we got some options there. But yeah, that is a concern. Now, I'm more concerned with when we don't block who we're supposed to, and we jumping all sides, and they fake a field goal. We have somebody else that we knew the snapper had an eligible number, so everybody on the field knew it, but the guy that was supposed to be covering him, and probably on me, I should have called the timeout, and I kind of saw it happening, but at the time I didn't realize he didn't have him covered. But again, we responded, finished the half, recovered the second half onside kick, which we knew kind of was coming, and great drive. I think maybe we 3 and out in another 92-yard drive. So, again, just gotta clean that up. But yeah, I'm concerned with it's football, and you're going to be a little banged. I'm sure there are a few other guys banged up out there today too. So
I've often wrestled with this because sometimes you tell yourself this is a big game and you better be ready, but at some level yourself just doesn't buy it. And this game is a rivalry. It was a solid win, but it didn't look like one.
Yeah.
It looked like a workmanlike victory, and everything's fine. But it wasn't a pretty or an emotional thing.
I agree. It's kind of one of those 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We're going through along there, and all of a sudden we have a negative something. And again, we'll watch the tape. I don't take credit away from our opponent, but like I said, I think we're our own worst enemy. Out there at times today, and we got to respond. There's some chippiness stuff going on, and I'd seen that on tape. I knew that we're going to have to deal with that, and I don't think we ever got a retaliation call, but we still got to handle that we got to handle those situations better. But again, it's all stuff I think we can fix, and our kids are, like I said, I was pleased with our preparation, but you still got to go execute. We didn't execute at a very high level today, either side of the ball.
Coach, your defense definitely played well today, pretty much. I mean, other than, it was more of a bend but don't break. They were 3 for 5 on 3rd and 2 for 4 on 4th downs. How do you feel about your defense after this game, that even though they did have a few big plays, they held their own and kept them out?
Well, they did. I mean, I'll give everybody 14 points every game, and take my chances. Again, just some of the big plays we allow, we got to fix. I thought the one drive, they actually was one of the few times they ran it on us a little better. May play ball there a little better a couple times. I thought we could do that, tighten up coverage a little bit. It's stuff that you work on every week. Like I said, you don't all of a sudden become a really bad team, just like you can always become a really good team. But our guys are made of the right stuff, and we'll see a different, unique challenge next week for sure. Really kind of both sides of the ball. So again, be a really good tape to learn from.
Hugh, the preparation for this game in terms of facing a team with a new coach, because what Citadel's done in the past, because you kind of don't really 100% what's going to come at you, like that's been in the past. But I thought one play in particular that kind of summed up y'all's day against the run. They ran a triple option, and he faked to the up back, and that guy got tackled. And the quarterback pitched it, and that guy got tackled. And then you tackled the guy that actually caught the pitch for a 3-yard loss. Y'all had it's a perfect coverage of an option. Is that just something that did y'all kind of prepare for anything and everything this week with kind of and especially facing a team that's got nothing to lose? They'll probably throw a lot of stuff at you.
Yeah. They got out of the traditional 3-back triple option stuff, but they were pretty similar to Kennesaw, what we saw, kind of like the shotgun, option kind of stuff. So that obviously that preparation already kind of helped us prepare. And yeah, we knew, they've been doing it all year, the tricks and the stuff they've been putting on film. We knew that was coming, but I don't think they really slowed us down at all. But they hit that one wheel route or whatever. But yeah, we knew this kind of game, they would just kind of throw the whole kitchen sink at us. But I thought for the most part we responded pretty well.
Tyler, earlier this week in the press conference, I think Coach talked about not getting enough of those chunk plays and kind of the big plays. I felt like maybe there were some that opened up today, but there was just maybe a step or two or some timing. Is that just something that you just have to kind of do over and over and throw deep more to kind of get the timing on, or is that something you work on, or just talk about that?
No, it's just on me. That's frustrating. I hit that ball. The game's over. We're 35-6, and we don't have to mess with any of this fiasco at the end of the game. That's what I'm most frustrated about. Been challenged not only by my teammates but the coaches all week. Just explosive plays, and had like 3 or 2 shots today and didn't hit on any of them. Again, you can only, I don't know. It's frustrating.
Hugh, although the numbers defense very good. It just seemed like me the whole game. The game was not a consistent game. The game was a sporadic game where there were really big plays on both sides, but there wasn't the stop them 3 straight. I mean, it wasn't a consistent performance. It seemed like it was more of a spotty disasters and then great heroic plays to stop them. The game wasn't ever in doubt, but it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, I mean, they were moving the ball, pretty well. Those 2 drives they had in the first half, obviously when the first one they got down there and we got that first stop, and then the one before the half was huge. I mean, getting that stop and holding them to 0 points, that was a big momentum swing for us. But yeah, like you said, I mean, just a lot of big momentum plays. But I think defensively we kind of we bended a little bit, but we did a good job bucking up on the goal line and stuff like that.
Coach, what was kind of the message at the half? Because you come out in the second half, scored your first possession, force 3 and out, and go back down and score again to really take command. I mean,
Yeah, well, I probably did something a little different. I walk, we always make our adjustments both sides of the ball first, coaches wise, and then we go in there, and I'm kind of bouncing around back and forth. But when I just reminded our guys before we ever got back in to make adjustments, we just, discipline, attention to detail, because that was really what had hurt us, even the last drive of the half, but we got the stop. And then, I guess they onside kick it, we go score, we get stopped, we go score. It's 28-0. I think we've had 6 possessions on offense and scored 4 touchdowns, and 7, I guess, count the first play. First play was a possession. And then after that point was where I thought it got a little sloppy. We gave up 2 drives with some chunk plays, and then we had a chance, like I said, Ty, we had a chance to kind of put them away, and we didn't do it. And again, it was a little bit on us, which there's positive in that. Sometimes you just get hit in the mouth. There's nothing you can do about it, and I didn't really feel that was that way. It was just, like I said, we're running the clock out there at the end, and you're already down, and we run it up in there, and the ball ends up on the ground. And he was down, but we got a little thing around here. We don't ever end up the play without the ball in our hand. But I just said that kind of summed it up, and it's just attention to detail and playing to the standard that we've set for ourselves. And again, effort. I thought our effort, physicality, all those things I thought were really good. And then we kind of got Dom out of there and limited him a little bit in the second half, just like we did before. We're trying to get him back completely healthy, and I think he will be hopefully next week. So, but like I said, it's it's a little bit. Yeah, it was a little frustrating out there at times today.
Coach, because football is such an execution-oriented game, you're going to have a certain number of games each year where you're just not gonna look the way you want to look. Is there any positives that can be gleaned out of the fact that you're 4-1 and really still haven't had that game yet where pretty much every team has one game where everything goes?
Yeah, well, I thought last year, I think I even told this to our kids, I felt like offensively, you think about the block kicks. It's funny, a lot of that didn't start till later in the year, a year ago. And I felt like we really kind of didn't hit our stride offensively till, I don't know, it might have been about game 7 or 8 here at least before we did that. So, there's a lot of good ball out there before us. I do think it's been some tough, we've been in some tough football games. But it's out there. We just got, and there's only one way. You go to work, and we'll come back tomorrow, and we'll learn from this one, get rolling a little bit on Sanford, and then Monday will be the off day for the players, and then we'll need to go have a great week of practice. I don't think this one should be a hard one to want to get ready for this coming week. So,
Tyler, you look as displeased as a winning quarterback can look, because you look like, it's just like we did a lot of good things, but we couldn't put them in a line, and you look like you're blaming yourself as much as anybody. But did this game, when you're trying to get better every week and develop towards a champion team, were you frustrated by the way this game went? You look it.
Yeah, I'm frustrated. we didn't practice with a lot of intensity this week, and I think that's what it was. Played down to our opponent. We haven't started fast any game this week or any game this year. Definitely didn't start fast this week. Pick on the first play. I don't know what we did after that, but just took forever to get going. In the fourth quarter, we're our best. When we finish games, it was bad fourth quarter, so it's a lot on me. Like I said, get better.
Well, I'll just look down. He had 9 carries for 95 yards, and he was 19 for 24 passing, and then one intercept was a deflected pass, and so it's no, I wouldn't. I mean, I think if he hits the post, we're feeling completely different sitting here, but that's the nature of the beast a little bit with that position. But like I said, we got good players, and we just got to do some things better, and he's got to go out there and practice them better and build them more locked in. Like I said, the frustrating, the jumping off, that one gets me a little bit, and that kind of stuff, because it just extends drives, and or it turns them into everything's 1st and 5, or they're head of the chains all the time, but then but it's all stuff we can fix.
Tyler, a question about your receivers. You had that little pop pass to Nick Cannon today. That's, I believe, the 18th different Paladin to catch a pass this year, and I think about 8 or 9 of them have scored. Just with, especially losing a guy like Ryan in the offseason and not having a quote-unquote go-to guy this year, it just seems like you're rotating all these guys in there, and they're always coming up with a play. Every week somebody's new, and a new receiver comes along and makes a play. Can you just speak to what they've done this year?
Yeah, they've been really good for us. I mean, it's easy whenever we have 10 different guys that go in there and play and we're all confident with. But, I mean, I would say we have a go-to guy. It's Josh Harris. Again, it's on me. I mean, haven't given him the ball. He's been open a lot. It's frustrating. A guy like that, I mean, you talk about Ryan Miller and his stats last year. I mean, there's no reason he can't double that. And, I mean, we're not using him to his full potential, and it's on me. We're not playing how we need to win this championship.
Tyler, just talk about, this opportunity you'll have next week that you didn't get to play in that game last year. Just talk about that opportunity and how you're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm excited. When I was in the portal, Sanford kind of talked to me, and then they kind of fell off whenever they got their QB. So it's a little I was excited last year to kind of go out and play, and I didn't get to. And unfortunately, that was the one we dropped. So, again, take a lot of blame on that. I wasn't in there whenever they needed me, and, I'm glad I get a chance this week, and just hopefully we can play better.
Coach, any other kind of injuries that maybe we didn't catch up with? So we saw, obviously, Jake Watt pretty serious, kind of carted off.
Yeah, and I really hadn't known anything about him. I don't know nothing. And you hear stuff on and off when somebody's out, but nobody I think so that I can recall. I would like to say a guy like Nick Cannon, scores that touchdown. I don't know if he scores a touchdown, then we kick our point, he makes the tackle on the kickoff. Heck, I think Jaquan did that last game. Mercer scored, and then he made the tackle on the kickoff. So, yeah. And like I said, sports, it's a sport of attrition, and you got to handle that. Everybody deals with it, and, just got to continue to have guys to step up. And, where it's plugging in special teams, some young guys that we think can help us, going down the stretch. But, again, we're in a good spot. We need it. We need to play better to go. If we want to win a championship, and that's our goal, then we got to play better than we did today against some of the people we'll play against. And I have absolutely no reason to think we won't. So, really good staff's great, and they'll get it out of them. And our guys will respond the right way. Everybody? Okay, thank you.